How do I implement Cognito-based authentication for my web application?
Hi all. So let's see how we can do authentication over our applications. So you guys remember that we have created an API gateways, and if I go to my Postman now and I click on this, so it doesn't require any kind of authentication, right? So anyone in the world can access it currently, which we obviously don't want because we have such great movies here. So to do authentication and authorization, we will create a AWS Cognito user pool. So let's see how to do that. Okay, so here you have to specify what kind of application we have. So we have a traditional web application. Then we have to choose what kind of sign-in methods we want to have: email, phone number. We will go with email since it is the easiest one, and you can add a redirect URL also. So when the user does the login, they will be redirected to this URL. So this is optional, by the way. Doesn't have to be anything. So let's create user directory for this, and will take a minute. Okay, so it has created our user pool, and you can click on this view login page, and you can see that we have this pretty neat sign in page for our application. So here you can actually so this is for sign in, but you have to create a new account, right? So click on create a new account, provide your email address, then provide the password. So using Cognito, you also have the authentication. So when you click on sign up, it will send you an authentication code like we usually see in our normal applications we have on the web. So you don't have to set up all that. Cognito will provide you with all the facilities. It can also send codes on the phone number as well. So I'll just do this, and you can see it has redirected. So if we go back to our Cognito pool, so here we should be able to see a new user. So as you can see, a new user has been created and it has been verified through email also. So it's not like anyone would be able to create an account on your application with using a fake email address. So Cognito does provide a lot of facilities. That's why we can use this. So Cognito won't charge you if your user base is under 10,000, but if it goes over that, then Cognito will become a little costly. So you can also set up your own authentication server also. But you can see that we have created a new user now, and we won't be able to see his password obviously. So there are different ways to store passwords, and we don't have access to that. So if you ever wondered, can the website owner see my password? No, they don't. They can't. So let's go back to our API gateway we had. So okay, so we had this API gateway. Now we want to create an authorization or authorizer over it. So you can click on authorizer and create a new authorizer. You can name it movie. So if you remember, we had an API which was showing us the movies we had. So the authorization type is Cognito. So if we had a custom server created, then we can choose Lambda here, so that we can write some code which will go to our own server which we have created and do some authentication over there. But since we are using Cognito, we can just select this, and you can select the Cognito pool here, and here you have to specify the header in which the authorization token will be available. So normally what happens is the authorization token will be available in this header authorization. So this is a standard which we follow on the web development, and token validation, this is optional, you can leave it as it is. So yeah, this would be the header that the authorization for the API gateway would be looking for. So we can click on create. May take a little bit. Okay, I think we are done here. So let's go back to our resource, Cognito user pool. There is one more setting we have to change here. So you can go to clients, then login page, then click on edit, then make sure you have implicit grant here, otherwise you won't be able to receive the JWT token in the URL. This is not a recommended method, but in order to test it, we are just doing this. Okay, so now you have to go to your get request. Then currently you can see that the authorization is set to none. So click on edit for that. Then set the authorization as Cognito user pool movie. You can leave the rest as it is. Click on save and make sure you deploy your API to the development stage. So once you do it, now if we go back to our Postman and click on send, let's wait for it to deploy. Okay, so authorization. So yeah, now you can see that we are getting unauthorized error. So now no one on the internet can access it. So now what you have to do is go to your login page and do a login in your application, and it will send you a JWT token. So JWT token, you can think of it as it's a token which will be sent to us by the server when we complete the authentication, and then you can take that token to any server which is authenticating over that application. So any application or any web page which does the authentication using our Cognito pool can use that authentication token and do a sign in for us. So if I go to app client, then go to the login page, and we have created a user already. So if I click on sign in, you can see that we have received a token in the URL. So this is exactly what we wanted. And if I paste it here, you can see that it has a lot of gibberish. So what you actually need is after the ID token, you can start copying after the equal to sign and go till the access token you have, and there should be a and sign before that, so you don't have to take that. And you can go to jwt.io to verify if you have copied the text correctly. So if it can process it, then your JWT token is valid. You can go to the headers and you have to enable authorization and then paste the token. So now if you send your request, it says bad request because we have to delete this body from here. And if I send it now, yeah, cool, we can see that we can access our data now. But if we send our request without this authorization token, then you are unauthorized again. So that's a short video on how to do authentication over your web application using Cognito tools. So see you in the next one. Peace.